So I haven't done an update in a while, so I thought I would do a quick garden update while the dogs chill. Everything's going pretty good. This is my lettuce bed. Some of it's starting to bolt, but we've been eating tons and sharing with neighbors and such. I've got kind of a mix of things in this bed. It's peas and kale and bok choy, and there's parsnips, more bok choy. There's a zucchini on the end, which I'll take over later when I pull out the bok choy. Reagan has a couple pots there she's growing flowers in. And, these beans should eventually grow up the trellis. Last year the birds ate them all down, so hopefully this year they'll be a bit better. This one's got peas, and then it's succession planted with cucumbers. So when the peas are done, I'll pull them out, and then the cucumbers will climb. My cucumbers look a little sad right now. I'm gonna wait till the heat is done, and then probably give them some more organic matter or something to kind of give them a boost. Raspberries are doing really well. I probably could water them more, but I don't like to water very much, so it is what it is. And that bed this year is Reagan's bed. It's still got Jerusalem artichokes in it, but then she also planted a bunch of seeds. So there's beans and all sorts of things in there, lettuce, all sorts of stuff, so she's pretty happy about it. This bed is mostly lettuce and garlic. I'm letting the lettuce go to seed, and then I'll save it for next year. I can do that in the backyard because I don't care about how it looks as much as in the front yard. So this is where I'll save all my lettuce seed from. And then the garlic, I just picked the garlic scapes off, so now I'll wait till the leaves get kind of like yellow to about a third and slow down my watering, and then I'll pull them out probably at the end of July. This year my biggest weed is dill and chickweed actually, but the dill I actually probably let some of it go to seed and it's all over. And then I've got a bit of an ant problem in this bed, so everything I planted in the back corner died because the ants are in there, so I might have to figure out some organic way of killing them. This is my tomato bed, and as you can see there's lots and lots and lots of tomatoes. Some already have fruit on them, and you know, those are pretty cool looking ones. They're pretty tall already, about 4 feet tall maybe. My delphiniums are starting to get ready to flower, and this pear tree is doing really well. I had to move this last year, so it just came back really well. This is all tomatoes over here as well, so we should have a good tomato harvest this year, even if they don't all do good. Then I've got some beans in the middle and onions along the sides, the edges, and this one has onions, and it looks like some carrots interplanted. The Honeycrisp apple that I'm espalliering to the back wall is looking really good. And then I have a Valentine apple, which is like a stick, but by next year it'll look really good. So they all start that way when you get them from Bare Root Company. And this one has the other big weed is sunflowers this year, but I'm letting a few of them grow. But as you can see, they're kind of everywhere. They're in my pathways and everything, so I like sunflowers, but I've had to pull quite a few. I'm not sure if they're mostly probably just planted from the old ones here. I don't think I planted many this year. Yeah, this bed's got carrots in it and some cucumbers that will replace the peas. We've already been harvesting quite a few peas. There's quite a few on here. They're good. And yeah, carrots, there's some beets in there. We're not huge beet fans, so I make some for cooking, but not enough to do anything really with. Our grapes are doing great. They're climbing the trellis. There's lots of grapes on them. I'm trying to get this to kind of grow and cover the trellis, so it's coming slowly. And I have 2 more varieties planted at each post, so hopefully eventually. This was a new area last year, and I just got a bunch of mulch, so I'm gonna mulch the pathways. It's got saskatoons, high bush cranberry. I just throw lettuce seed everywhere, and just because it's shady, it kind of extends my lettuce harvest, so when the rest of it's bolted, this stuff is ready. So there's also beans in here, garlic, Red Lake currants, and saskatoons that are really small, a weeping larch, lots of hostas, random sunflowers from last year, lots of haskaps, and some asparagus. So just and some phlox, lots of different variety. I use clover as ground cover. I've already talked about that. It's a nitrogen fixer. When ground is bare, the earth wants to cover it, so you get weeds. So clover is my weed of choice because it adds nutrients to the soil, and what I can do is called chop and drop. So it's like a living mulch. I just rip it out of the ground and lay it down, and it's a mulch, and it improves my soil. And yeah, and the birds and the bees like it. So, and apparently Moon likes to eat it for some reason. And yeah, and then my asparagus is to fern, which kind of looks neat. My haskap harvest is done for the year. If you can see up there, I've got eggplants and peppers that are already, there's lots of peppers on there. My apricots are doing good. And strawberries and beans back there, and saskatoons. This is Reagan's Ford area this year. Basically anywhere there's a border, I put beans because they're also a nitrogen fixer, and you get a harvest. Nitrogen adds to the soil, if you don't know. It's what you need to make leafy greens. And then this is my pear, espallier, which is up to the 3rd wire this year. So that's good. And it'll go all the way to the top of the deck eventually. And that's the backyard. See you later.